Hello, folks. This Hangout on Air is live. The Beer Talk 2019 and the Beer Coalition chat presents Wildcard Wednesday. And what that means is that everybody can bring whatever beer they want to bring. And so I'm going to start off, and I'm here in Louisiana, and everybody can name where they are from. I'm going to start off here in Louisiana with a beer that was introduced in the 19th century, in the year 1900, the last year of the 19th century. It's a 12-ounce bottle. It's 18 IBUs. I think the alcohol level is 4.4, if I remember right. It's got a kind of an updated new label, and it's called Pacifico. And it was it was started by three German immigrants to Mexico. No shock there. And it was started in Baja, California. And now it's brewed in Narva, Mexico for the U.S. market. Okay, so next
we have Modelo beer.
Yes, Grupo Modelo, Pacifico Clara. Okay, now Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Jean Henderson Pierre, Beer Ramble, and other stuff. Tonight, I'm drinking a beer introduced in 1975. Yes, Miller Lite. Of course, they've had several changes in their logo, but this is the logo that everybody is more familiar with. And this is one of the, I guess you could say maybe it was the first light beer that came out, again in 75, but it went, I think, has done very well for Miller. There are other light beers, Natural Light, of course, and Schlitz Light and all the others came out. But again, a fine Pilsner beer, as they likes to say. But I found a good deal today. My friend and me gave this, went to a store, bought this 18-pack for $9 for an 18-pack. So I had to buy it. So
now, John, what's the ABV of Miller Lite?
The ABV of Miller Lite is 4.2% ABV.
Okay. And Jean, tell everybody what state you're in.
I'm in the state of Alabama and originally from New Jersey. Montclair. Right. Jersey in the house.
Which one you like better?
Right now I'm missing New Jersey a lot, but for cost of living, I'll stay in Alabama.
Chestnut Street, outdoor jazz bands in the summer.
Yes, sir. Yes, James. Absolutely.
Okay, now we're going to go to Jeremy next.
All right. I've got the Sweetwater.
Oh, look at that. Salmon.
Going Coastal IPA with pineapple.
Yes, I've had that.
6%, 6.1, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, that 0.1 really don't matter, though. And managed to try this one out. It's got a date of 2/07/19. It's got the date, guys.
Yeah, mine's got the date too, guys. And you're going to tell us what state you're in.
I'm in the state of confusion. No, I'm in the state of Arkansas.
All right, Arkansas. Next, we have John and Neil. He's going to tell us what state he's in and what beer he has.
All right. Well, I am in the state of Georgia. I have a beer from Golden Road Brewing Company out of – where are they out of? Los Angeles, California. This is their Palisades Pineapple. So this one also has pineapple in it, like Jeremy's. It's an American wheat ale with pineapple and apricot added, and it is 4.8% alcohol. And I already poured it, and it poured with a massive head that will hopefully die down here shortly.
Hey, it's interesting that you're talking about fruit tonight, guys, because I just ate a Japanese plum off of my Japanese plum tree. I've already eaten 2 ripe ones off of there, and it's loaded with ones that aren't ripened. So, springtime is arriving quick, even though technically it's still winter. But
Good.
We got all these fruit trees and all these azalea flowers that you might have seen. Okay.
I've had that. I'm sorry, but the Wolf Pub Session IPA from Golden Road is pretty good.
I've never had it, but I would like to try it. Next we have, and Michael, I think I'm checking on my beer. I think it might be 4.5 instead of 4.4.
Should I change it?
Yeah, maybe.
Tell me when it's official.
If I can get an official, I will. Okay, so Michael's going to tell us where he's from, and he's going to show us what beer he's got tonight.
Okay, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and John, who's in Georgia, and I have this little thing going because the beer I'm going to be trying today is from Lithuania. And look at the label. It is a weird label called Effin' Awesome.
I like that. I like that label.
16,
That's nice.
That 16 you see in the bottom is the percent of the alcohol.
Wow.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I've had those kind of things.
No, I've done it with some of their other ones. I'm just going to go very slow.
6-pack, right?
You don't want to have more than one.
I think that's the highest I've ever seen.
If one person is having this, I guarantee you don't want to have more than one.
Michael, a question I want to ask you: what's the highest ABV you can get in New York State?
Unlimited.
Yeah, I don't think it
Unlimited.
matters.
Okay.
We can get the one that's in Massachusetts, that from Boston, Sam Adams, which is, what is that, 45%?
Nice.
45%.
Yeah, Sam Adams has some special. I forgot what it's called.
Utopia.
Utopia, and we can get that. But I mean, it's not worth what you have to pay to get it, so I won't.
Wow.
I won't bother. This was only $3.19
Right.
For that one bottle.
16.9 ounce bottle.
Wow.
It's an imperial lager, they say, and I've had other beers from this company. They tend to be interesting, but the alcohol is a reason to be at least drink it appropriately.
A little weary.
I'm going to open it now and let everybody else give their beers.
That should be a nightcap. That should be a nightcap beer, you know.
That's not like a
The strongest one I ever had was, the strongest one I ever had from Eastern Europe was 15%, and I just couldn't. I had those two from Central Europe, Czechia, and then I had that Super Brew 15 from Bucharest, Romania. Oh man, it made me wish I was living under Ceausescu's rule. That was so bad.
And alcohol is so high, no matter how you pour it, you can't get ahead.
No way.
Michael, and that's from the food co-op, right?
No, I get this in a place called Thrifty Beverages. The food co-op doesn't have any of these more outlandish things. This is more a specialty thing.
Thrifty Beverages.
I mean, John used to get this outside Atlanta when they would trick the people because he's not allowed to get this kind of alcohol there. But
I would like to go to Thrifty Beverages. Now, we have Madonna, and he's going to tell us where he's from and tell us the beer, and he'll probably get us rolling with some bell chimes. Okay.
Antics.
James P. Madonna, Northeastern New Jersey. Of course, I'm sipping Grant's Scotch whiskey in this Jay's favorite, one of his favorite glasses.
That's a nice glass you got there.
Yeah, it's I got a bunch of fancy ones. Gotta chase the demons away.
I hope I got them.
All right, I got. Unfortunately, there's no date or ABV posted on this. I got Foster's Ale Premium.
Gotta have the date, guys.
Australian for beer.
Yeah, it's Australian for not putting enough data on the damn can.
You don't have the
They better go back to putting more shrimps on the Barbie. That's for sure. Anyway,
it'll have the best by date below at the bottom.
I looked. I guess
5.5% alcohol, James. Just FYI.
Yes, most likely that's what's good. It is.
Yeah, it's 5.5. Yeah.
I've had their lager, but never had their ale. So here we go.
Yeah.
First time, premium ale.
Yes,
we've gotten a premium ale over the last 2 years because that beer was very hard to find. Over the last 2 years now, it's pretty much everywhere here in the Mobile area.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
that breakfast, yeah. That little baby cracks me up. I don't know, the breakfast stout, what was it?
Yeah, the breakfast stout.
Hey,
Okay.
that's a good beer.
Now, I'm going to go to Ronnie S., and he's going to tell us where he is, and he's going to show us what beer.
All right, that's me. Long Island, New York. And I got the New England IPA, the Sam Adams one.
I've been wanting to get that. I need to get that.
This is pretty good beer. I've had it before. It's 7.0 ABV. I just poured it. The head was huge, but it went down somewhat. It's a pretty thin glass too.
That's which Samuel Adams?
Sam Adams New England IPA. I think I saw you reviewed this, Ron, and you didn't like it.
No, but we gave it an A.
For the class of beer, right?
Because they did a great job with it. We just said we don't care for the style, but it does compete in that style for sure.
Yeah, I like the style actually. I'm a fan of the New England IPAs.
I don't like them. Yes, it has a Best By date.
Let's see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
April 2019.
Okay,
So I guess
you're okay.
Yeah, we're good.
What is James doing over there? He's
I'm
beaming
looking for the
somebody
Best
up.
By. It's on there.
This is not for Mr. Magoo, you know, trying to it's kind of semi-faded. The date.
The date. Oh, we're getting the date.
Yeah, because I know Michael likes the dates being told.
Right.
So I'm trying to see it. July 11th. Whatever. I'm not gonna drop myself.
Yeah, it's probably all right. It's a can, you know. That beer is sold in the United States, but they no longer sell it in Australia where it originated. Interesting.
Oh, really? They don't sell Foster's in Australia?
Not Foster's Premium Ale.
Oh.
Only the lager, and it barely sells. It's not popular. There's a Foster sold in India called Foster's Gold, which is 7%, or I think it's 7.5. I'd love to get my hands on Foster's Gold, but more than likely that won't happen. Now we're going to Oh yeah, Kingfisher. That company went out of business, unfortunately. Now we're going to go to Michael. Of course, somebody probably bought the brand. We're going to go not to Michael. We're going to go back to Jean-Pierre, and he's going to give us a brief description of Miller Lite. Maybe. Okay, Jean-Pierre.
John, are you in the middle of a tornado?
John is muted. Come on, John.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey guys, what's up? My turn to talk.
We're just drinking beer and doing an examination, so you can tell us.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm just handling some things. Anyway, nothing special about Miller Lite. It's a very enjoyable light beer. Pilsner, as I'd like to say. No corn syrup. Then again, if it is, who cares? If you're someone who's conscious about your weight, conscious about how you look, this is a beer for you. And it's nice, it's easy drinking, and I've already had about, 3. This is on my number 4, and I'm good. And yes, I am home right now, so
thankfully.
Salute, Miller Lite. Tastes great. Less filling. Tastes great. Less filling. I miss you, Rodney Dangerfield. I miss you, John Madden. Those commercials were very fun. So,
John, I have to tell you this.
Okay.
As a scholar and a gentleman, I feel compelled to tell you this. And as a comic and a cad.
Okay.
But as a comic, in all seriousness, that beer does contain corn syrup.
Okay. And you know what? And you know what? I could care less. You know, that Budweiser ad was Bud Light ad was so unnecessary. You know, it doesn't matter. It's cold, it's easy drinking, it's refreshing. That's all I care about. Corn syrup or no corn syrup.
It's accurate on my page here. Now I'm putting it has corn syrup.
Yes. Like I said, it don't matter to me. It's easy drinking. It's smooth. All I know is it's less calories. It's less calories than Bud Light, right? So if that's that's a good thing.
And I think it is the original light beer, right?
Yeah. 1975.
That's correct. And it really originated in 1967. Okay. But anyway, need to adjust my camera, and I will. Look, I'm gonna say that this beer is good. It's 18 IBUs. It has some nice craft.
Train's coming.
Boxcar Willie.
I can't say anything about that. Because of my videos being plagued with the Kansas City Southern Railroad. It's got a spicy, grassy hop note. It's a light to medium bodied beer. It's crisp, refreshing, has a little corn flavor. And it's would go well with corn tortillas with refried beans and maybe some ground meat, fried ground meat, and some diced onions, jalapenos, cheese, queso. I'm gonna and that kind of stuff, and maybe some Pacific fish and shrimp. Okay.
You're making me hungry, man.
I know James Kimana doesn't like it, but I like it. I don't love it. I don't adore it, but I like it, and I find it's a little bit, maybe a little bitty, tiny, little bitty bit better than Corona Extra. Okay, now John Anile is gonna talk about his fruit-oriented product.
I'm sorry, Ron. What were you drinking again? Modelo?
Pacifico.
Okay.
Oh, it's better than Soul.
Oh yeah, I didn't like Soul much.
Oh, why?
What?
Okay.
Special. That's what.
Oh yeah.
Okay, John Anile.
All right, the Golden Road Brewing Palisades Pineapple. So very fruity. It poured with an enormous head, like a fistful of head, which has finally died down. It's hazy. It's kind of a light orange, hazy color. It is a wheat beer. Definitely smells like pineapple and apricot right off the bat. Very fruit oriented, and it does have the actual fruit added to the beer. So it's not coming from hops or anything like that. So it's very bready and it's very fruit oriented, like you said. 4.8%, super light bodied and refreshing. It's almost as if you took a really good New England style IPA and just took away the hops and the flaked oats. You get there's actual fruit in this, and it's tropical, and it's bready and delightful and super light bodied and refreshing. Carbonation is relatively low with this one, which for this particular beer kind of makes it even more smooth. It's really enjoyable, and I would imagine some of you guys might be able to get this beer because it's all the way out of Los Angeles, California. So the fact that it's out here in Georgia is probably a pretty good indicator that it's got decent distribution. I will say it does have the package on date, very clearly printed on the bottom of the can as well. December 14th, 2018. So not super fresh, but it's a very low IBU beer, very, fruity, and, so it's probably about what the brewer intended as far as the flavor of this beer is concerned. I don't think it's lost too much over the last few months. So first thoughts are that it's very good. I'm going to keep sipping on it, but it's a very enjoyable, light-bodied, fruity beer.
Oh, and John Anile.
Yes.
I saw that you did a video on Labatt Blue, and I intend to watch that video at a certain future point.
All right. Yeah. Very good Canadian beer owned by InBev.
In my mind, I think I should revisit that beer.
John, can you get Labatt Ice in Georgia?
Oh, John, why you gotta do that to me, man? No, I cannot.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, to the man that I have great fear for tonight, worry, concern, dread, is Michael, and he's going to talk about this 16% alcohol.
He's still alive?
Weapon.
I'm so excited. I think I'm more excited than Michael.
Weaponized beer.
Okay, I'm just take a look at it. It's in the glass here.
There's
So
no
it's
way.
I guess would you call this a peach color?
Yeah.
Kind of
pretty
like that.
It's a
It's
peach
more
colored clear.
brownish, I think.
It is not hazy. I don't think you could make an alcohol like this thing that hazy. Anyway, but it's from Burzai, Lithuania. And let me give you a little nose.
Carlsberg beers.
The first thing you get in the nose is alcohol. But there is a little bit of kind of like an apple juice kind of feel to it as well. So it's not all alcohol. But I've had a few sips already. It is boozy. But how can you hide 16%? You can hide 16%. It's just too high to hide it. I mean, it's going to be there. You have to get some. I've been only sipping it, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not doing any chugs.
What other flavors do you get besides alcohol?
What style is it again?
What else am I getting?
European strong lager.
Yep.
You're getting mainly booze, but I think you're also getting maybe a little bit of like malt. There's some malt in it. It's a little bit on the malty side, but it's not malty the way stouts are or the way other beers we're accustomed to drinking. This is like an alcohol delivery system. That's the intention. I think the people they're trying to sell it to, they want maybe to have a little bit of taste in it, but basically it's, so after you finish this bottle, there's no more pain if you had any to begin with. But, it's a heavy alcohol item. But it's not totally negative, though. In other words, there is some quality in it, but it's just not, it's hard to describe.
So in other words, it's not like Camo.
No, it's not I've never had Camo, but it's probably not that bad. But it's.
Well, Michael, would you throw, if you were outside, would you throw it up against a fence?
No, this one, not like
Gotta bring that up.
If you remember, not like the bad crazy brewski. This actually tastes okay. It's just, it's what it is, and it's not going to be something you're going to chug. You're just going to sip it, and
it's not a Helles Doppelbock, is it?
It's a European strong ale. Is how they're classified. On the side, it says it's an imperial lager, which I guess means a lager is top fermented. Am I correct?
It's kind of like that. Yeah, lager is bottom fermented.
Bottom fermented. Okay, it's bottom fermented.
Kind of like that, Jean. Because listen, Jean, remember the Santa Claus beers are Helles Doppelbocks, and the label says malt liquor. Those are from Austria.
Right.
I drink one of those bottles and I feel like I took medicine for hours. I say, "Oh, did somebody drug me? Have I been drugged?"
Again, these are more nightcap. These are more like late in the evening. You're sitting in the house. You're about to get ready to go to bed. You want something to sip on, kind of like a brandy or bourbon, whatever.
Are you ready to go to bed, Mike?
Exactly. Boom. Done. You're done for.
And further say sip, because you do not want to chug this. If you were to chug this, you better get ready for a quick run to head to the can.
Yeah.
If you took enough of it, you get sick.
Oh yeah, I felt like
now one thing in its favor, it is sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. If it was cloyingly sweet, you couldn't take it. So there's a plus. It's not cloying. There's sweetness, but it's not cloying. I can take it.
Hey, Michael.
Yes.
After three of them, it won't matter.
Let me ask you one more question before we go to James. Does that beer have any kind of chalky undertaste?
No chalk.
Because some of those high gravity Euro lagers or American ones, they have this chalk taste. I don't know why. It's not a chalk taste. It's like a chalk feeling. It's strange. I can't get it through my head what that is. And I've had some really damaging products from America, like 40 Street Legal. Actually, I threw away the bottle and the can of 40 Street Legal because every time I looked at the bottle and the can, I had flashbacks of the experience. And I couldn't stand to have that feeling, so I threw them in the trash can.
This one isn't chalky. It's mainly sweet and alcohol laden, but there is something in it that makes it positive. And I still don't know exactly what it is. And John, we discussed this before, that in this Lithuanian beer, there has to be some quality brewing skill, because the way they put it together, it's a positive beer. I mean, I'm not going to give it 100 by any stretch, but this is not a negative beer, and I would buy it again.
Oh, I'd be fascinated to try that. Now we're going to go to James P. Madonna, and he's going to tell us about Foster's Premium Ale, an Australian beer made in Texas.
Oh boy, made in Texas. Anyway, it has a, you know,
Does that beer have any preservatives, James?
I don't know, but unless people bring things to a lab, they will never know for sure when it was anything. And well, it's got a nice deep dark amber color, decent carbonation, consistently flowing. It has a moderate mouthfeel with hop bitterness, moderately. I've had better ales, but it's not bad. But you know, I pretty much know my score. Let's put it this way about additives. I run into people that I knew when I was 18, and they looked decrepit because they didn't take care of themselves. Enough said.
Oh, James, can I show you something real fast before we go to Ronnie?
Decrepit.
I'll be right back.
You're going to show me
Bad, but decrepit.
He's got a mummy that's decrepit, wrapped in a shroud. Right.
That's me.
Well, for those that are pro chemical and pro.
So James, have you talked about the actual beer yet? Have you drank any of that yet?
This beer right here is my first time drinking this.
Yeah. Did you? I didn't hear you talk about. Did you describe how it tasted yet?
I did before.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
What's the main flavor you're picking up with it?
What is the what?
Like the main flavor you're detecting with it. I'm just curious.
A hop bitterness balanced with malt, about 50-50. You know, I mean, there are ales that I've had that are better. But
Yeah, I was just curious because Jeremy,
What's wrong, Jeremy?
No, the Foster's beer, I'm just asking because they use a hop from 3 farms in Australia, and they're called Pride of Ringwood hops. And they ship them from Australia. It comes from Tasmania, and I'd have to look it up on the websites. Bushy Park. They claim, now this is what they claim, James. They claim that the Pride of Ringwood hops makes them better or whatever, or distinctive. Let's say distinctive.
Well, I assume it's grown in southern Australia where the grapes are grown because it's more temperate. It's a temperate climate.
Right back.
Yeah. Now, remember we talked about Cheese Whiz and all? Here is some real queso.
Oh, you got the queso fresco that they use in Mexican and Hispanic cooking.
Yeah, this is a block of it. My friend cut me some of it.
That's nice.
I eat that every day.
So this is not coming out of a can with compressed air.
In other words, it's not the topic that caused my big blowout with Red Rooster, which was Cheese Whiz and Velveeta. It's real. It's not processed. It's real cheese, and I've had that with arepa when I was married to the Colombian with arepa and
Arepa.
Arepa is a good melting. I mean, that is a good melting cheese. So is mozzarella, but that's good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm curious to try it. I haven't tried it yet because I'm trying to finish my Swiss cheese that I've been eating on. Okay, now Ronnie S. is going to tell us about his product.
My product,
all right, go ahead.
Once again, it's the New England IPA Sam Adams brand. Quite dark looking, or hazy, I guess you say. It smells pretty good. It smells like a banana-y smell.
Okay.
Plantains.
Great taste.
Maduros.
I think you can consider this like a people call it a juice bomb. I'm a fan of this IPA style, the East Coast, I guess it is, or the New England style, more so than the other West Coast, I guess it is, the piney one, which I like them both, but I I think I like this one, at least for the time being. The first time I tried this style was probably like 4 months ago, so I'm somewhat new to it still. So I don't know if it's just because it's new to me, but I like it a lot.
Okay. Now, before we go to the scores, which we are going to do.
You didn't do Jeremy yet.
Oh, where's my mind? Why did I wake up at 2:05 this morning? Okay, I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Okay.
He's not sensitive, so he's not going to say anything, but you have to let him go too.
You're right. Now I just what is it? I'm absent-minded, you know.
I have my sheet here, so I know he's not filled out yet.
Thank you. I like Michael keeping that scorecard. Okay.
This is the Sweetwater Going Coastal IPA with pineapple. You see that pineapple preservatives in there? Floating around.
Yeah, you can kind of see it
real
there.
hazy amber color. It was like a 2-finger head. Now it's gone to half of a quarter of one. I think it's unfiltered. So let's see what we got here.
I think you're right.
Yeah, this is unfiltered. 6.1, 45 IBUs, and you can tell it's not a real strong IPA. Getting a lot of grapefruit, citrus, a little bit piney smell.
Hold on a second. James, I'm gonna mute you for a minute because your thing is making a lot of background noise that sound like a saucer, somebody with a teacup on a saucer. But you can unmute yourself in a moment. You can unmute it. It's no big deal. All right.
Very faint pineapple smell though, so I'm kind of disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Let's get a taste on this one. Very light for an IPA. It's not a real, 45 IBUs. It's not a lot of bitterness in it. It's real easy drinking, really, for 6.1.
What do you got?
And you get a little bit of pineapple, but not much. And that's about all it is to this one.
I have 35 IBUs on mine, so I have less than you.
Yeah, I don't even think that qualifies as an India Pale Ale. 35 is like a pale ale.
That's I didn't even realize
Sweetwater.
No,
I've had that
it
one
says
before.
IPA, so I think it qualifies.
Yeah, but I could call a bowling ball an IPA.
Oh, we're not talking about Jeremy. You're talking about Ronnie's beer. I thought you were talking about Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking about even 45's pushing it, but 35. Yeah. And I had one IPA that was a New England style, and it was 15 IBUs. I said, "Come on now."
No, that's not
15. Really? That's pretty low.
That'd be like a malt that was 2%.
The most popular beer by Sweetwater, if you go to any bar, particularly in the Southeast, is the 420 and their IPA. I think I've had what Jeremy's had before. I thought it was pretty good, but
I've never had the 420, but I've seen it in the stores.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now it's a pale ale. Now, Jeremy, give us the final assessment because we're kind of interrupting him.
Well, I mean, I'm not giving a score now, am I?
No, just your final taste and notes or whatever.
My final taste is not enough pineapple to have pineapple on it. To me, I don't get the full pineapple taste that it's supposed to get. I don't know. John, did yours have the same?
Mine has a lot of pineapple, but see, mine actually has. Well, yours I think has pineapple juice, but they kind of get more of the tropical fruit from the hops. This one has like no IBUs, and it's just like a lot of pineapple juice. Okay, so a completely different style. So the pineapple stands out a lot more in mine, and definitely a lot of pineapple in my beer. It's almost like fruit juice, to be honest.
I've had even taste their beers before. I had
I mean, I've never even heard of this brewery before today. I just
what did you get in a pick six, John?
No, I actually bought a 6-pack. It was at Kroger. With my Kroger card, I got $2 off. It was $4.99 for the 6-pack, which for a craft beer, I think it's a pretty good deal.
$4.99. Hell yeah, man.
Got that right.
It's a great.
But at least you got more pineapple than I do. This just didn't have much, and so
that's this one has apricot too, so you get a lot of like tropical fruit with this.
It's kind of like a summery beer.
It's kind of like a beer smoothie. If beer was a smoothie, this would be it.
Hey, Jeremy, I apologize for skipping you over you.
No, that's no. That's good.
Okay. I don't ever do that on purpose. I'm absent-minded.
No,
Okay.
you got quite a bit of people in here today. That's a good thing. I like this.
Yeah,
And
a lot of beer fans.
me too. And Michael Komarov says, effing awesome, says
Yeah.
it's naturally fermented. Okay. Now, let's look at comments, and then we'll do the scores, which won't take long. Robert Collins, cheers to you all. This is going to be an awesome stream, guys. And as we can see, it has been awesome
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
Jeremy says, hello, everyone. Hi, Robert. Then, hey, Jeremy. William Kepley, get your okay. Well, William Kepley is very sick. Okay, Victor. So we've been praying for him. He told me he's back at his home though, so he would be on here otherwise. I do believe, but
That's great news. He's back home. Awesome news.
Get better,
he told
William.
He told me he was better. Slayton Ryder says, "Yee go dogs." All right. Jill says hello to everyone on the stream. Then somebody making some noise.
Is that John outside or is that some other noise?
Yeah,
That's
me.
John
That's
just
me. I'm
muted himself.
outside. That's me. I'm outside. I'm going on mute. I'm on mute now.
Okay.
I'm muting.
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Craft Beer Pour says, cheers, folks. What's up, panel? Hey, you know what's the only problem with this panel, Craft Beer Pours? You're not on it. All right. Ronnie F says, cheers, Craft Beer Pours. Jeremy Vincent says, what's up, Brandon? What's Ronnie drinking? Bud Light. And then, yup, Ronnie's still standing up. Laugh out loud. Brandon, hey, Brandon, I wasn't drinking Bud Light. I was drinking Pacifico. Ronnie S. He wasn't drinking Bud Light. Craft Beer Pours says, this is professional. We don't talk about my streams. Well, your streams are like wild and crazy. You know, that's why you don't keep them posted. But you could come on this, but Craft Beer Pours, you can
He's just got to behave himself if he comes here.
Yeah. Are you doing a Friday show, or did I remember you saying you couldn't? Unfortunately, he can't. The in-laws are coming to town for the weekend. Hey, let him join. It could really be crazy. All right. And then Bart says, I just cracked the 40-ounce country club. Freshly dated July 2019. One of the few good things about still living in New Jersey. Schaefer Red Dog and Coors Extra Gold in the fridge for the backup. You see, that makes me want to throw up.
What is a Schaefer Red Dog?
No, he's saying he's got Schaefer, Red Dog, and Coors Extra Gold.
Oh,
Hey,
He's
Ron.
saying it just to torment me. He's saying it just to torment me because he knows I can't get it. All right.
I think you got it on me still. I'm watching it over here, and it's just on me for some reason.
we got
No,
Jeremy.
it's changing. It's switching. It does. Sometimes it does that.
Sometimes when you look at it from your computer, it looks like it's not jumping, but it really is. All right. That's cool, Brandon. Catch you guys on the next one. Hi, Bart. Nice. Craft Beer Pour says, yes, sir. Slayton Ryder says, I wish I could find an extra gold in North Georgia. And you know what, Slayton? So does 98% of America wish they could find extra gold. Johnny Neely says, Bart, I'm so jealous. I've never been able to get Country Club. Well, Johnny Neely, guess what? I have. Can and bottle. And guess what? It's worth it. That's
Awesome.
That's tormenting. That's tormenting.
Hey, check mine out. This is on. I'm watching the live stream, and I'm the only one on. For some reason.
I want to thank Jean Pierre for that noise.
Yeah.
Jay, it's bonus noise.
Good.
It's the antics. More antics.
Great.
You can ask James to come on for an interlude in the middle if you want. He'll do a little music for everybody.
No. Jeremy Vincent says, bring all your beer over to us, Bart, so we can review them. Laugh out loud. Khalil Caldwell says, Louisiana beer review. You're the best. Drinking Milwaukee's Best Light while watching your review while I stumbled on this live feed. By far the best review on YouTube. Thanks for the channel. He wrote, thanks for the Chanel, but I know you mean channel. All right. Ronnie says, I think I can get Valentine here. That makes me even more depressed. Louisiana Beer Reviews is the best, says Ronnie. Jeremy says, hi, Khalil. You're exactly right, and thanks for watching. Scruffy the Janitor says, enjoying the show, having a Mickey's tonight. Good choice. Ronnie S says, cheers, Scruffy. Cool, Scruffy, drink up, says Jeremy. Craft Beer Pour says, clink the mugs, 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 clink the mugs. Scruffy says, would I be a beer snob if I got a Keyser for Miller Genuine Draft? Are you talking about like those insulator thing? Ronnie says, yes. I wish I could send some beers. Too much hassle, too much money. No joke. Jeremy says, just kidding. Here, visiting St. Louis. Oh, I know Jeremy's enjoying the chat. BXX32 says, here visiting St. Louis, drinking Bud Ice, trying to find Keystone Ice at Walmart, but to no avail. $1.25 for a 25-ounce can. Picked up some Bush as well for $7.98. 12-pack, very good price. Just kidding. Struff, drink up, guys. What's next, says Jeremy. A lot of Labatt Blue. Maybe, says John and Neely. Bart Robinson says, had Labatt Blue last night on draft. $2 for 16-ounce glass. No complaints.
Jeremy is very concerned about being on the broadcast.
I've never had Labatt Blue last night.
No, I'm the only one on there. I'm watching it on another computer.
It's your show, man.
It's going to be.
Jeremy, turn your camera back on now, and maybe it'll reset.
Bart says, had Labatt Blue last night on draft. $2 for a 16-ounce glass. No complaints. I've never had Labatt Blue on draft. Jeremy. Okay, well, I'm not going to realize. All right, so hey, Whiskey Scout. We're just drinking any beer. So literally, if you have any beer, you could join us. All right.
What about whiskey? Or it has to be beer.
Well, it is. Yeah, it has to be beer. But that's to do the examination. Because since you mentioned it, I do happen to have a bottle of Bacardi Black. All right.
The Whiskey Scout just said Jeremy's the only one, too.
I'm watching the broadcast and showing everybody.
I'm getting everybody.
Is the hey Jay, is the Bacardi Black going to be part of the Dawn Blusters?
No, because I just finished it.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, let's get without the noise. All right. What we're going to do here at this particular moment is we're going to give the scores. I'm going to say the Pacifico is a B+. It's very good. I wouldn't go to excellent, but it's very good. Jean-Pierre, your score for Miller.
Hey, what's your number for the B+? Give me a numerical number.
Sorry about that. 89.
Okay.
My score for Miller Lite, again, it's a very enjoyable light beer. I just wish the price, again, the store I went to, I got a great deal on it for 18-pack for $9. Can't go wrong, but obviously certain places a little bit more. That's why I tend to go to Milwaukee's Best Light or Busch Light or something a little more inexpensive. But overall, it's a good light beer. It ain't the greatest. So I give my score a B- for Miller Lite. So that is I guess harsh. A 80, an 8. I guess 7.9, 8 score.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so 80. Okay, an 80. That's fair.
Hey, Ron, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You gave it an 89 in Mexican style or just overall?
Just overall.
What would you say for the style?
Oh, it's probably the same. Right. Just a very good Mexican beer, and it's a very good beer overall. Now, Jeremy's going to give us his score. Maybe.
Is it safe to come back on?
It was safe.
Yeah, Jeremy, you're back.
No, for some reason on the live stream, I've got a computer over here that's got the live stream, and I was the only one on the whole time he's talking. So I don't know what happened.
That's all right, Jeremy.
Live stream. I was watching my live stream. It was showing everybody, and that's what Michael Conroff was saying. It was showing everybody. Okay, but what score do you give?
Okay, this one right here, I'm gonna have to give it an 89, a B+. It's really good, but it's just not in that A level to me. It's got something missing. Maybe I should have got James to do the 7 lucky bells there to ward off the evil, but I'm gonna give it a B.
Okay.
B+. I'm sorry, 89.
A B+. Now, John Anile. John Anile is going to give us his score.
Georgia beer reviews.
Well, very good beer. It's gone now.
Yeah.
It's great. I think, if you love fruity wheat beers, you might give it a world-class rating, but I would like a little bit more balance. It is a wheat ale. I think if it was a little bit more bready to balance out some of the fruit, it would be better. So it's not quite the A range for me. It is very good, though. I'm going to go with an 87. Getting up there towards a B+, but maybe a little bit of a hot bite and more breadiness from the wheat. grains, that they're using, I think would have made this one an A, but a little bit short.
So you
Still a
paid,
great beer, and I was very pleased with the price that I got. So it was worth it.
yeah. And if you'd have paid like $10.99 for the 6-pack, you might be a little irritated right now.
I would be very upset if I paid $10.99, but I did not. So yeah, a good beer.
What did you say, John? $4.99?
Yeah. Well, it was with tax. It was like 5 something. It was less than $6 though for the 6-pack. And
You pay deposit down there? Bottle deposit of 5 cents?
No.
No, huh? Wow.
We don't have that either. Nope. I think we did back in the 1970s. But
So for every 6-pack, it's an extra 60 cents here because they charge you the bottle deposit.
You get it back when you turn them in.
Yeah, if you bring them in, but who the hell does that?
And you don't get it back.
Some people probably. I would.
No, a lot of people do. But it's a hassle.
That's
It
why
is
they-
that. Sounds
Hey,
Come on, money.
Michael.
Okay, I am going to give mine a solid B of 85.
Wow.
But there's a lot of things they could have done to make it better. It needs depth. It doesn't have depth. It needs balance. It doesn't have balance. But it doesn't need any more alcohol. It has enough alcohol. It probably needs less alcohol.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else? What else? As it warms, it's getting sweeter, but it's still not cloying. So that's all positive. It probably doesn't taste like 16%, so we could give it a break. It tastes like about 12, but even 12 is pretty heavy duty. So whatever. But I'm giving it a B, and I would definitely buy it again. And I would buy the other things that John has had. I've never had the lobster lovers. They have something called lobster lovers. I've never tried that.
I had that one.
I've had before and after, which is a 12% one. I've had the other one I mentioned before, the Crazy Brewski, which is a mere 15. That's its less alcoholic brother. But that's Imperial Pilsner. But when you say Imperial Lager, Imperial Pilsner with these things, it's just a code. These are Euro strong ales, and maybe that's the way they're fermented. They're worth trying. But now, look, this is still what I have left out of the 16.9 ounce.
Well, that's not going to
Yeah,
get
and I think the taste is probably going to deteriorate as it warms.
Well, I'm going to try to finish it before it gets warm, because I think totally like room temperature warm, it'd be vile.
Yeah, you might want to put it back in the fridge and put a little like napkin over the top or some cardboard, because I got a bad feeling if you drink that, maybe over the next 4 hours, if you drink it down, it might be all right, but I don't know.
Michael,
You can give us a report tomorrow morning on Beer Talk of how you're feeling, and if that's assuming that Facebook is working, because they, it crashed today and nothing was working on it. And
what was the rating, Michael? I'm sorry, I missed the rating.
a B.
I gave it an 85, a solid B.
Oh, okay. Pretty
Now,
good.
it's not world class by any stretch of the imagination.
No. Now, James P. Madonna, unmute your mic and roll. Roll. You got to unmute it.
I heard you.
There we go.
Considering the muting and the anti-antics remarks.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
I like antic. I'm not an anti-antic-ite. All right.
Yeah, I'll do an impersonation of Eric. Now it's time for Michael Kummerow. Let's hear from Michael. Anyway.
Good impersonation. Okay.
Very good.
Now,
He strokes his Van Dyke. He goes like this. All right. I give it a solid. I give it an 85 also. I was going to give it an 80, but it's really not bad ale. It has attributes. I've had better, but yeah, I'd say an 85% out of 100.
Oh,
that's fair.
that's good.
Yeah, it's
And sometimes they'll have sales, James. Sometimes they'll have sales where they have 2 cans for $3. That would be a good deal, wouldn't it?
yeah. Well, I'm very happy with the local supermarket's liquor store because the general manager is very enthusiastic over craft beers and trying to get more variety in. Unlike the Indian guys in the other store, they buck heads with which is what they do, and maybe
They don't bring good beer.
yeah. So he's he's got the right. He's starting to get more variety. Thank God, because
I want to see you take a sip.
Yeah.
I don't want to get any more Polish or Slavic beers because I'll get chewed out for that.
I'm not a voyeur. It looked like he needed to drink more of the beer.
I'm
James,
on my
Victor
second
Victor
one.
Wang likes your
I need to
impersonation.
drink it so I don't talk. That's the reason.
Did you put your leg up while you're drinking?
No, it's good.
I'm just kidding. All right. Now Ronnie S is gonna give us his score, and then I'm gonna read the comments, and then that'll be the end of this particular broadcast.
All right, guys. Final score 95 out of 100.
Well, that's where we scored it.
I'd say that's for class and overall. That's just because I'm a fan of the style.
Now, Ronnie, don't you think we were being fair? Because we said
Yeah,
we didn't
I
like
do think you were being fair.
We didn't like it, but we gave it an A because we thought it was perfect for the style. We just hate the style,
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely fair.
Yeah, I just was curious what people thought about our Samuel Adams review. I'm glad you watched it. That was done. That was an interesting day. Yeah, that was a fun day. All right. Anyway, back to the comments. Oh, look who's here. All right. Flacco says, Flacco says, what's up, my beer loving homies? Well, we wish you were hanging out with us, but no beer here since his quadruple bypass in January, says the Whiskey Scout. I'm not sure.
We got to get Flacco on the IBR group.
International Beer Review. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can add him. I thought I already added him, but maybe not. I didn't think about that.
A virtual tavern, his daddy says to Whiskey Scout. Well, yeah, and plus we always post the links on Facebook, except for tonight, which Facebook isn't working. Hey guys, a bit early for a beer here, but cheers. Hey, Trev's Travel Tales. He's in Australia and he does a lot of interesting travel tales. He talks about going on trips to Thailand and Burma, and then he has his garden, and then he drinks the beer, and he does like me, gets on a rant about the government or something like that. All right. Johnny says, cheers, Flacco. And BX32 says, this is the best live stream on YouTube right now, hands down. So entertaining. Well, I appreciate that. Then Jeremy says, sup, Flacco. Flacco says, cheers, man. Johnny Neal. Oh, Ronnie S says, Flacco, cheers, man. And then Johnny Neal says, glad your dad is doing well, Robert. Oh, his daddy had the quad. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, man. No, that is no joke. Victor Wang says, laugh out loud. James's impersonation is really accurate, by the way.
Yeah. Cheers.
That was really good. Okay. And he's doing great now. Good. My father's doing better, y'all. He got hurt. He had to go to the hospital Monday.
Really? Ooh.
He fell down and cut his hand like all the way down. I saw that.
Oh, no.
They were like, you want to see these gruesome photos of his arm being cut? I said, no, I don't want to really see that. But they had to stitch it on the inside and then on the out, put the butterfly closures. We have this really bad skin that cuts like tissue paper. It's very dangerous. And we've gotten hurt so bad, me and my daughter and my father. And our beer review partner, who doesn't do too many anymore, but Tanya Mikowski, has the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. She has the internal problem where all her joints are bad and failing. Wow. So you don't want to be born with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, people. Okay.
No.
Got to get Flacco on here one day, says Jeremy. You're right. John, clink. Ronnie, clink. Jeremy, clink. Ron, clink. Flacco said, everyone, clink, clink, clink. Jeremy Vincent says, cheers. Facebook is back up, by the way, finally, says BXX. Oh, yeah, because it was all screwed up. People were trying to post stuff in Rock and Roll Club. The guy's like, and now this. And then it was nothing there.
I couldn't navigate on Facebook before I came on. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, because it was on the news tonight that it crashed. Glad he's doing better, Ron, says the Whiskey Scout. Thank you. I called him today and he said, oh, I'm all right. He said starting to itch, which means it's healing, he thinks. Ronnie says that's right. Minnesota Vikings, we're really literally being viewed by the an account called Minnesota Vikings. And we appreciate the Minnesota Vikings watching this. What do you guys think is the best Mexican beer? Well, that's a very complicated question, but I would say very quickly it would be Bohemia. But Victoria, Johnny always says.
I like Victoria. I think that's probably one of the best, but all of them are good. Negro Modelo is good too.
Victoria is actually, it's interesting about Victoria because I always thought it was 4% alcohol, and now I'm hearing rumors that it's actually 4.8 or 5%.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I've always been told that it was 4%, and it used to say that not on the label, but if you Googled it, it would always say 4%.
I looked on their website and it said 4.5, but I think there's two different versions, perhaps, like the Mexican version, which is 4.5, and the U.S. version, which is 4, I think.
Yeah,
I
Flaco says Modelo Negra. A lot of people say that. I've yet to try that one.
I will say that if we get the 4% version, that is the most full-bodied, flavorful 4% beer ever.
Oh yeah, that thing is a jewel, and that was developed by an Austrian immigrant to Mexico in 1865. It's the oldest Mexican beer brand because we know the
Which
Austrian.
one is that? Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah.
That's hard to pick up.
I haven't had that either. I've never had
John,
that.
I have an aside for you on your beer.
All
Okay,
right.
people, look. Last comments. This is it. This is
Okay,
it.
this is a little bit of a major comment on John's brewery that he's drinking Golden Roads. The woman who is the brewer, I don't remember her name, but she does a show called Beerland on the Vice Network. Jay, John, reject him. Click him off.
Start over, Michael.
I'm kidding. Okay, John, tone it down over there. Anyway, it's on. I lost my train. I have my train. So I'll get it.
Golden Road.
Okay, it's called Beerland. It's on something called the Vice Network. If you have cable networks, I don't know if you've seen
I've got Vice, yeah,
or whatever. Okay, so anyway, it's a show that's on. It's on like once a year. She does like 5 episodes, and she travels to different parts of the country, and she visits different brewers, individual brewers. And she talks about the beer scene in different locations in the country. And she brews out of Golden Roads. And she picks one person from each of her shows. And they all come back at the end for the finale. And they brew their beer at her locale. And she helps them release that beer. It's done once a year on the show. And obviously this is her own beer, the one that you had. And they have their own beers that they're brewing also. But, you know, you see Los Angeles on the last episode, because that's where everybody comes to do it. So that's, if you ever see that on the Vice Network, it's an interesting show to watch.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll look out for that. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, she helps them
I
release
I have Vices, but I don't know if I have the Vice Network. But I will try to check on that.
And I was going to mention to Ronnie, look for 6 Point beers now, because once they do start releasing some of their New England style beers, they're in this new coalition. And I think you're going to start seeing more of their beers released. They have a whole line of New England style now that they've been.
Oh, 6 Point?
Six Point. So keep your eyes open. You're close enough to where I am that you might actually see it.
Yeah.
The other people may not see it as easily.
Okay. Well. This brings us to the end of another. This brings us to the end of another Wildcard Wednesday. I already have my beer for next week, although next week I can't join because of baseball related issues.
Why? What's going on next week, Ron?
You never know if there could be a rain out. You know what I mean?
He has a baseball season ticket that he does, and he has Wednesday games.
What team is it?
Also, the tournament starts next week too. The first 4 games,
NCAA,
Tuesday and Wednesday. So yeah.
Wait, you guys play baseball?
NCAA Division I baseball, Southeastern Louisiana University. Yes.
My team won't be in there, so I'm not probably going to watch.
Arkansas. You think Arkansas is going to make the tournament?
Heck no. We ain't gonna be.
I could care less about baseball until the spring training's over.
Are you talking about baseball?
I'm talking about college baseball, Ronnie.
Oh, baseball.
Yeah,
We're pretty good at baseball.
2 more weeks until Major League Baseball starts.
I don't watch any college sports.
College is best to me.
So next week, Ron, on Wednesday, it would have to either be Eric if he doesn't have a band practice, or else John. Maybe you would do it.
Yeah, I could.
Come on, John. You can do it.
You gonna do it, John?
Yeah, sure.
John hosts out Sunday, so he could host Wildcard Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now, Eric,
Wednesday, Sunday. What's the difference?
Eric might be able to do it next week, but
I mean, sometimes he doesn't have band practice. Not every week.
So the week after next, I have a beer lined up for the week after next. I'm not seeing any baseball games on the last week of March, and then April will be mostly available to me. May comes after April, should be mostly available to me. So we'll see. When Jean is on, when the sound of a hurricane force wind is in the background. Hey, look, the man likes stories, okay?
Hey, look at what Flacco just said.
I saw that.
I didn't think Rob was going to read that out loud. I was just making a comment on the. That's all right.
Oh well. Anyway, we would track that last comment. So
look at
yeah.
Look at Flacco's comment.
We love you, John. We love you.
Take a look at Flacco's comment.
Flacco says, "I'm addicted to heroin." Oh, I'm addicted to. Wait. Hey Flacco, I'm addicted to Michelada. Going to drink a Budweiser, one in a bit, rather mix one. And then Flacco says, "I'll be here watching, brother Jeremy. I love those also. You have great taste in beers, my man."
No, under that. The next.
I'm trying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Jeremy says, "Thanks, man. Enjoy watching your brewing beer the other night. Cool, man." And then Flacco says, "Thanks, please." And then Danny P says, "Hi, Jean-Pierre boss." And Bart Robinson says, "I agree. Modelo Negra is excellent." And then yes, sir, Bart.
Now the next one.
This man's going insane. All right.
It's almost as good as Gabriel Strobe.
John's got the real antics. Forget about James.
Bro, y'all just talking about baseball, and an ad popped up from Walmart on bats just now.
Wow.
They know what they're doing with that internet technology.
That's crazy. That's what I'm talking about.
They do know.
Hi, Danny. Ronnie says, "Wow, Flacco, wow, that's wild. They're listed brother, no lie. That's crazy." Well, so I do go to a lot of college baseball games. I do go to Major League Baseball games. In fact, this is a true story, I have been to every major league. I have been to a game at every major league ballpark in existence.
Wow. That is so cool, man.
Yes. And I've been to ones that are no longer even used, and some don't even exist because they've been torn down. And I can back that up because I've got the tickets.
I've been to ones that have been torn down. Shea Stadium.
Yes, I've been to quite a few games there.
I've been there.
I've been there too.
To Yankee Stadium.
Me too.
And,
old Yankee.
Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, which was demolished. Okay, now, any last comments? Because James has extravaganzas to send us out with. So,
come on, James.
You don't.
Here, James, you've been very quiet tonight.
James, give us like a double end out. We want it to be big.
Yeah, we want a big ending here. Big splash.
Yeah, and secondly, you don't know what could happen on a hangout. You could have the Emerald Mystic show up.
Jeremy, do you have your backup harmonica handy to give?
I don't think I've got it tuned up.
Go for it.
I don't think we're in tune together, but we can try.
Yeah, I can only do a double because the drum is covered up.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
here we go.
For it.
We are ending this hangout.
John couldn't take it. He left. Very good, guys. Good job.
Play your drums, the bleeding.
Welcome to our fermented beverage pirate ship.
Now that's high art.